What's going on, Virgo? Welcome to your June creative forecast. Welcome, welcome, my friends. We have a ton of awesome stuff happening in June. I'm very excited for it. So we have the Saturn retrograde on June 4th, and that is going to be a good time to take a look at the, things that you hold near and dear in terms of traditions, rituals, systems, structures, foundations in your life. And just, I think that things will come up naturally. So don't feel like you have to go like diving headfirst into the work. I think the energy will just naturally bring things up that will make you think about the systems that you're participating in, and why and what they all mean and how they all work together. And it's really important to operate from the heart space with this, because I think that there's going to be things coming up for you that are really rich to help you grow. I'm seeing fertilizer, which fits with the what came up for your reading, which was a root growing up, like wriggling through the ground and then bursting on the surface and breaking the surface and breaking out of the shell of the seed. So I got that image for you, Virgo, which was beautiful. So after this, so that's, I think the Saturn retrograde beginning on June 4th, you may find some themes that come up that act like very rich fertilizer. So embody that as much as you can when it comes up, and embodying just meaning let the emotions that come up sit in your body for a moment and feel them and feel where you are, right? So then we also have the full moon in Sagittarius on June 14th, which is very exciting. I feel like it's going to be a good expansion of energy for you. I'm hearing Venus as well. I'm not sure. But that with the full moon in Sag, I get the impression that there's going to be some ways that you are, that it's like I'm seeing like the what started as this little root kind of bursting through, breaking the surface and starting to like break through the seed pod and all of that. It's like in a couple weeks, people will marvel at how much you've grown. Like there's so much expansion that's going to be taking place for you, Virgo. So I get that impression for you with this full moon in Sag. It's going to be a good time, like big picture stuff. A lot. I feel like it's going to be like a breath of fresh air. It's going to feel really good. Then after that, we have the Neptune retrograde on June 28th, which is going to be a good time to get very real and honest with ourselves about our growth, about the things that we want to see for ourselves and others too, perhaps. But I think that's going to be a really foundational time for us to stay in touch with and in tune with the I guess the illusions that we might have about goals or things we want to manifest, and the moving towards them, right? So it's just going to be a very good time to be practically oriented and practically minded, which is great because with the Saturn energies we can maybe sometimes be a little pessimistic, but then other times with the Sag energy we can expand on things and be super optimistic. So this is a great balancing time to really get our orientations more straightforward. So so for the readings this month, I was meditating on the energy, and what came to mind was this idea of, and the energy of photosynthetic dreaming, in terms of the ways that we're taking in energies of retrogrades and we're turning this into fuel for ourselves. So, photosynthesis is the process that plants use to make food for themselves. So they take the sun and water and carbon dioxide, and they convert that into sugar and sweetness and like this tenderness, right? That I'm likening it to our tenderness as people, as humans. So we convert this into a tenderness, and I'm getting this impression of the collective kind of lighting up and holding a light for one another. So that was the energy that came through. So let's dive in and see where we go for your reading. Okay, Virgo, let's do this. So I would like to invite the angels, my guardian angels, my spirit guides, protectors, teachers, and their healing energy to this space. And I ask that it is a safe and brave space that allows for the fullest expression of our light, humanity, ascension, and healing. Okay, Virgo, let us away. Let us away. Sixth house vibes. So I'm using the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle. Oops, some fuzz there. The Hero's Journey Dream Oracle to set out the themes and the big overarching ideas for this month for your creative energy. And breadcrumbs of bliss. Beautiful. Heed your pleasure principle. So this is like the breadcrumb trail, right? Like, one step at a time. So Spirit, what messages do you have for Virgo? The quest, plunge boldly into life. Yes, I get like this image of the root bursting forth, like just plunging boldly into this new air. 444 on the time. So if you needed to know, yes, you are supported by many angels right now, my darling Virgos. This plunge boldly into life. Oh, it's like this beautiful invitation, and you're answering the call. And watching plants grow through the soil in those like slow motion, those slow motion iterations. It's almost like they're singing. So many of these cards are jumping. Let me just get this organized here. Spirit, what messages do you have for my Virgo, Team Virgo, for creative energy for June? I don't know, 6 of Cups. A little bit of past energy maybe. Nostalgia, looking back. Retrograde appropriate though. I mean, let's be real here. But this is the thing that we're grounding. So it could be the way that you're looking at the past and sort of realigning your perspective in a more balanced way. I think one just flipped out and went in the other way. Maybe not. Six of Cups, Ace of Wands, some good stuff. Growing on a spark. I'm hearing the song Firework by Katy Perry. Oh, goodness. The first line, like, baby, you're a firework. Death. I feel like there's a transformation that you might have been resisting here. Or a change, Virgo. A change. Because there's new here, and this is showing up in the block. So there could be a perspective on the past that as part of a transformation, it's like you're trying to hold on to specific things that are stopping your new growth. And I think that you just have to like let go. You have to really let go of that. Releasing the need to have it be there. And finding out what it was that was feeding you. And how it was nourishing you at that time. And we have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. I feel like this is putting this spark into some kind of motion here. So I feel like that's where you're kind of ending on. And this is like the plunge, right? I get this like taking the plunge. I get this impression of taking the plunge and really needing to release this energy of transformation that you've been hanging on to, I think, a little bit, just a little bit, to some kind of aspect of the past here. It could just be holding on to, sometimes we hold on to memories of the bad times because we haven't fully integrated something. And it's hard for me. Like I went on a date once and things didn't work out with this person, but I was so floored. I talked about my ex-wife and not overly, like I had just mentioned that I had been married at one time. And I was talking about a trip that I made to where she lived in Michigan. And so when I had made that, I mentioned that, and she asked me, she was like, so, she's like, this might be a personal question, but she's like, what did you love about her? And I was like, oh, this is like, it was just dating. So it was very casual, but, so it was, within a couple dates, but I was quite surprised. I was taken aback. I was like, oh, most of the time people don't want to hear about the way that and it, like, this isn't to say bring that energy in, but it's just like remembering that there was something good about it too, right? That it served you in some capacity at one time, and making peace with the ways that it brought you joy at one time. Because to deny that is to deny this transformation because you're not fully integrating the experiences and the things that it brought you, right? And things didn't work out for their own reasons, but there are still ways where like I can say, I have boundaries, yes, but there's also like I'm very appreciative for what that experience brought. And it's like it's sort of like this remedying of that and that bridging energy, because then you really like things just pick up like this spark that you can run with because your hands aren't full. It would not shock me if there's a 10 of Wands that came out in this reading. Let's clarify though, shall we? Let's dive in. Spirit, what messages do you have for my creative collective of Virgo for June? This creative energy. I feel like the full moon in Sagittarius is going to be really important for you, Virgo. 10 of Pentacles, yeah. It's like the ultimate investment. I feel like it's related. All of these things are very interconnected. I'm hearing rhizomatic, Rhizomatic, rhizomatic. Six of Cups. Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's like there's a way that it's like that making peace with this past is going to allow you, and making peace with it is very broad and general, but it's like remembering that you loved something about these people, this position, this job, this project, this person, that you've been, I feel like there has been a death, like there's a letting go, there's a definite letting go. And I think it's like remembering how that there was love there to begin with, and remembering that doesn't mean that, like, it's almost like we need to be angry or upset at how something ended in order for us to be able to fully integrate something. But it's okay to say, you know what, there was a lot of joy in X, Y, and Z thing at one time. There was a lot of joy in something at one time. It didn't work out in the long run, but I'm still so grateful for that experience, because I feel like doing anything else, it's like I'm seeing like a heart chakra. Wow, there's like it closes your mind, and it also kind of locks your heart chakra down. Like it's impossible for it to stay fully open. Nine of Cups, yeah. So it's like you can't really give cups that it's like you sit in this, maybe fulfilled for a while, but it can be a pretty lonely energy. This Nine of Cups is like, yes, I've accomplished a lot, but you want the Ten of Cups, right? The Ten of Pentacles is here, so I feel like there's a long-term investment, and I think this is kind of the journey through that to wherever it is that this could be a career too. Like you have to let go of bad things that have happened in jobs in order to move on to really positive experiences, because you will carry a bit of defensive energy with you, Virgo, through a lot of experiences that you have, be it through projects, contracts, types of people that you've worked with. So it's like you'll always see those situations through the past orientation of what you've been through before. And I think that is, I think that's going to play a big role in this. Like there's a release that I feel like is going to be really important for you to engage in during the Sagittarius full moon on the 14th. Page of Swords again. A lot of repeating energies in these readings. Page of Swords. Spirit, what messages do you have for my creative collective? Strength. Eight of Wands. Ten of Cups. There's the Ten of Cups. Yeah. It's like confronting your fears head on and reminding yourself that you have what it takes to do whatever it is that you're being called to right now. I feel like the Eight of Wands can represent literal messages. So does the Page. These are messengers. So it's like you're being sent messages, be it via synchronicities or actual ideas or creative inspirations or sparks or projects, things that are starting to flow, like your creative juices are flowing. And I think it's really turning you on to some kind of path. This could also be travel as well. But I get the impression more than that, that this is like prioritization. But the Strength card is like a prioritization of yourself. And you're quite clear. The Page of Swords does not show up because of a confused energy. This is like the alignment of what you want and the ways that you're going about it. Your inside integrity with yourself. But it's also important perhaps to just observe people as you navigate these kind of creative new energies, and as you're releasing this old energy here. Because there are indications of the new in this, like the Ten of Pentacles, right? Ten of Pentacles is kind of that's what you want. That's your aim. You're aiming for the Ten of Pentacles, but there are things that are in the way of this. And it's just being very unclear about how to look at the past well, so that you can be in this Nine of Cups energy about it as you are with other things. So in this Ace of Wands energy here, and this thing that we're growing, this is beautiful growth. And I feel like everything is here for you to succeed. And there's the Ten of Cups, right? So this is beautiful energy that you're moving into, be it with a project or anything, right? Sometimes we need to just observe the ways that people behave, because we learn things from them about the culture of the context that we're in as well, organizationally, on different projects, with different people. The Strength card here is this beautiful, confident energy. You're stepping into something confidently. And I think the Ten of Cups is here to say, like, you're on the right track, and this is bringing you the Ten of Cups. This is something that's bringing you into that energy and into that space, because there's so much that's free now to move within you, now that once you clear that energy out and clear that energy up. This is also Leo. So far we have, in terms of major arcana, we have Scorpio, which is beautiful energy. And then we also have Leo for you, Virgo. Okay, so Spirit, can you please clarify this death as part of this creative energy for Virgo for the month of June? Thank you so much. Seven of Wands, a little bit defensive, just a touch. Seven of Wands. This is where it's like there was something stuck in your energy. What just came to mind was the question, what got stuck in your energy? Because there's that defensiveness that's like lingering. Yeah. Page of Cups. I think that this is like love is coming to you. Projects that really fulfill you, that will leave you with a sense of deep fulfillment here. This is like being heart-driven rather than ego-driven. I almost get like heart-driven versus ego-driven. All the stories that told you you needed to be defensive because of the past. And then this Page of Cups comes in with this new little bit of love and sort of drops that on your doorstep. And I think the transformation is that instead of, peeking out the window and being like, ugh, someone's at the door. Ugh, people. You're answering the door. You're answering the door. 9 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you're answering the door. Bravo, Virgo. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy, Virgo. Just in case you were wondering, the deck is like, yeah. Yeah, putting an end to the crap. Ace of Cups on the bottom. I'm going to put that right there. Yep. It's putting an end to different degrees of like a level of like this speaks very strongly of romance and relationship to me. If that's not what you're looking for though, I'm really getting the impression of you prioritizing what stories you're listening to now and what stories you're choosing to believe from the past about yourself and different situations that you've been that affect the way that you offer yourself and the way that opportunities offer of themselves to you. So it's this reciprocity energy that you're getting into. I don't know why the word Mobius strip or Mobius loop just came to mind. Page of Swords. Spirit, can you tell me a little bit about this? 7 of Pentacles. I feel like this clarity, though, has been like a long time coming. That's the impression that I'm getting. I feel like there's a pretty rightly placed sense of mild impatience with the way things have gone. But I think that these overarching cards are a reminder to not like to take leaps. This is like take the plunge, right? The quest, plunge boldly into life. It's just beautiful sensuality in that. Oh, so good. Sacral chakra, big time as well. And also, again, further to the full moon point. Big time, yeah. And then we also have breadcrumbs of bliss. These are both, they strike me as very 5th house oriented cards. Breadcrumbs of bliss, like following your joy, listening to that voice. It's like what's coming to mind is the still small voice, listening to that voice more. Yeah, see the sun in the tower. Let your joy surprise you. Let your joy not just creep up on you and shock you, but let your joy be something that the High Priestess on the bottom. Okay, Virgo. And then here you are again, showing up as the 9 of Pentacles, super casually. It's fine. I hear you, and then there you are for real. Okay. I'm done looking at the bottom of the deck. I get it, Virgo. You're amazing. You just have to remember that in the context of some of the things that you've been through. You know that you're amazing. The deck knows that you're amazing. So, yeah, I feel like the tower and the sun is like your joy creeping up on you. You have this intuitive sense about it. Like you're like, kind of know, but you can't see it. You can just feel it coming. And sometimes this is like the image that I had when I was meditating on your energy, Virgo. It's like the root breaking through the ground and wriggling up into the sun and bursting through that little seed pod, right? This is so beautiful. Do you know that this is within you? This whole process is happening inside of you right now. It's happening inside of you, and that is absolutely beautiful. That is beautiful energy. The High Priestess and the Hermit are also counterpart energies. So this could be, spiritual work in terms of like healing professions or some kind of intuitive work or capacity like coaching, something like that you're engaging in and doing with others. The Hermit card here tells me about this deep inner wisdom and you in your power, right? This is you in your power and in your element and very, like unapologetically confident about it, right? It's no joke. This came out twice in the deck. So I was like, it came out on the bottom, see? And then I kept shuffling and then it came out again, right? So we have the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups, which is, these are energies of like what you've released. The 10 of Wands or 10 of Swords is here. The 10 of Wands is missing. So it's like this release. And then this is you, wide open arms. And the promise that's in these cards is really up to you to act upon and bring into your life. But let me tell you, there is a promise in these cards. There's a promise in these cards of not just joy, but when you take that plunge and when you just lean into something that makes you truly happy and allow yourself to feel happy and to feel safe in that, let the joy of this transform you. Let the joy of this transform you. Whatever these projects are that you're working on, again, use the energy as a catalyst for the around the full moon in Sagittarius on the 14th. Use it as a catalyst to release. But Virgo, you have so much coming in. This is such a fertile time for you. There is no mystery to me as to why I saw that root going up through the dirt and bursting up, breaking ground as new growth. Because that's really where your energy is. I'm seeing so much heart chakra and heart center activation in this beautiful flow. Like it's just like I'm feeling like tears of gratitude internally. Like it's like it's hard to explain that kind of bliss. Virgo, this is really beautiful. This is really beautiful. I'm going to pull from the Hedge Witch's Botanical Oracle here. Let me see where we go with this. Bearberry, which is strength. I'm going to read that. Every time I've put the book... Oh, it's over here. I kept putting the book away, and I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this. Bearberry. Okay. So, the name of this common plant is bear grape, as it's one of the bear's favorite foods. Widely used in herbal remedies, the leaves can be made into tea, dried, or used as a tonic, antiseptic, or astringent. The plant has a long history of human use. It was written about in the London Pharmacopoeia, published in 1788. Strength, a quality strongly associated with the bear, is the oracle property of this card. Aside from being a favorite food for the animal, bearberry echoes the bear's energy in its qualities of hardiness and the ability to thrive in difficult conditions. In almost any culture, bears are considered talismans of strength, confidence, and a grounded energy. In some cultures as well as in divination systems such as Lenormand, the bear has a matriarchal aspect and can represent a strong, patient woman. The anecdotal mama bear, of course, comes to mind. The strength spoken of here is not of aggression, but the quiet confidence that comes from hard work and balance. The Queen of Pentacles of Tarot is one card that connects with the energy of this plant, confident, nurturing, and fierce when challenged. Strength is also a perfect fit. The calm ability of the querent to tame the beast comes from confidence and inner knowledge, not from weapons or tricks. Yeah, that's like the strength card in the High Priestess, right? And it too is very beautiful energy. Okay, so let's see where we go here with the chakra cards. That's the one that I was looking for. Spirit, what messages do you have for Virgo, for my Virgo pals, for this June creative energy forecast? Yeah, I feel like there's there's nothing that's impossible for you this month, Virgo. Whoa, 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 whoa. Self-love is the greatest gift of all. This is the heart chakra. You are a unique expression of the divine. Know that you are connected to all that is. Let love, peace, and tranquility penetrate through your being into the world and watch as it is reflected back at you. You are love. Wow. I think that's part of this transformation. Like, you are the love that you gave to other people or that you put into the world around you. Like, you are that love. Do you know that, though? Crown chakra. Allow the light of the universe to shine through you. Trust in your inner knowledge and guidance, inner knowingness and guidance. Spirit always loves and supports you. Open yourself to the intelligence, purity, and grace of consciousness and resonate in all of its possibility. We are. I feel like this is definitely laying us the foundation for a new cycle. Like, I don't see the wheel here necessarily, Virgo, but I feel like the wheel has already turned, and there's something about you planting seeds for like decades long. Like, there's some kind of long-term cycle like that is active for you right now that you're using all of this energy towards. Self-expression. The passion felt in me cannot help but be expressed as I use my voice to put my message, wisdom, and teaching out into the world. What I have to say is important, and I will say it. I now make myself heard as my heart and soul express through my body, eyes, and voice. I speak up. Yeah. It's not just about making your voice heard, though, too. It's about honoring yourself and knowing that it deserves to be heard. That it deserves to be heard. When I shine bright, I give others permission to shine with me. Yes, you do. And that's like the confidence piece, right? This is that, like, it's like coming back to yourself, Virgo, a little bit, I think. Like, I think there's a way you're coming back to you. My positive energy leaves a powerful impression on the world. Yeah, just by being you. Just by being you, Virgo. You make it real for others just by being you. So this, my darling Virgos, though, was your creative forecast reading. There's so much that you can do this month. I am so excited for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please like and subscribe. It helps me to grow the channel. I'm very grateful for those who watch, so thank you so, so much. And there are other ways you can connect on the channel, so feel free to do that. But my Virgos, if this is where we part, I hope that wherever this finds you on the time-space continuum, morning, afternoon, or night, I hope that it finds you very well and wrapped up in so much love. I'm sending you all of mine. Take care and have a wonderful June, Virgo. Take care.